don't do like I do. Please don't ever use your same email and password for multiple things. Good morning guys, it is Tuesday the 24th of September and I did get those videos up for you, or that video up for you this morning. So first vlog of this time around for 4 months, I don't know. It's online, so let's just keep on with that and keep on going. So yeah, this morning it is 10 degrees outside, 10 degrees Celsius. I think that is like 50 Fahrenheit, if I understood that correctly. But yeah, it is pretty cold. It is a little bit gray, a little bit dark. I sat by the window again because it's nice, but I did turn on my little fairy lights that I have in a glass jar from IKEA because the kitties will eat them otherwise. Yeah. So today I'm heading out. I'm gonna meet a friend for lunch. I haven't seen her in a couple of months, so it's gonna be nice. I want to hear all about what is going on with her. We're going to Starbucks, so I will definitely be getting a pumpkin spice latte. But I have been pretty good sugar-wise otherwise, so that's okay. Maybe this can work. If I try to keep away from Starbucks other days, you know. Yeah. So I have a little bit of a story time this morning before I'm heading out, because yesterday something happened and it did finalize today, so now I can talk about it because I didn't want to talk about it yesterday because I was stressed and I could have said very stupid things. So I woke up yesterday to two emails. One email said your Skillshare account has been changed, and I'm like, I have not done that. So I went online on Skillshare, tried to log in, didn't work. So I tried to get my password, kind of, you know, get a new password thingy. It didn't recognize my email anymore, and I'm like, what the? I went back to my email, and in my spam folder I found a little note from one of those like automate, you can get like a free anonymous email kind of thing service, and there was someone that has showed my password, and my email said that your Skillshare account has been hacked. Yeah, that was not fun. I then went into my credit card and found that they had charged me for a yearly subscription, which I hadn't allowed them to. So I went to the Skillshare website trying to find a contact information. I didn't find anything, just a contact form. I now know that you could go to help@skillshare.com if you want to email them directly. It's the same place where the contact information goes. So I contacted them through that service. I did get like an automated answer saying we have gotten this information through the contact form, and then about 2 hours later I got a we have now read this, we are escalating it, and it was someone that has signed that. Okay, they're working on it. So I headed out, went to my doctor's appointment, and when I got home I was beat. I went to bed and I slept for half an hour, and then I just sat and stared at a TV screen for an hour, and then I could come back to myself, and I did some stitching, and that was basically everything because I was exhausted yesterday. But Christopher got home at around 5 and they still hadn't come back to me. We started talking about what are we going to do about this, how are we going to do it, but we decided to have dinner and those things, and then I come to end of night and I still hadn't heard anything from them. So I escalated. I went to Twitter and I said, hey Skillshare, should it really take 16 hours from getting an email from saying that you have escalated to trust and security to actually getting still haven't got an answer? And you do it publicly, just just Adam, but actually with their name in it, so basically all my followers could see that too, and that actually made them to react. I think it took it half an hour. I actually headed to bed because I was exhausted, but they had answered me on Twitter, and then I got an email, and in the email they said, well, we have now returned the account to your email, and we have removed the yearly subscription, and you should get your money back within a couple of days. It said a couple of other things, like for example, I had asked a couple of questions how this could happen. I asked them why they don't have a verification that you need to verify when you change an email. You need to verify that through a verify link on the old account. That is actually a very big security thing, very simple security thing that actually helps to raise the security of an account very, very much. And I also wondered how they could charge my card without me saying that. I do understand they need the card information for the subscription, but if my information changes, I should need to reapply some of that credit card information to be able to pull that money. That is my opinion. I don't know. I thought that was how it worked. But for the email thing, they actually said it was a good idea and that they would take it to the trust and safety team and ask their kind of development team and see if that would be something that they could do. So yeah, it worked out. It stressed me out for a bit, but it worked out in the end. And yeah, it's, don't do like I do. Please don't ever use your same email and password for multiple things. I personally went through all of my logins yesterday and I changed the password on all of them, and all of them are unique. I have a password service that actually takes care of everything, so I have a unique password that I change on a regular basis to that service, and in that service they keep all of my passwords. So that's awesome. That's really, really nice. And that is how you can do it if you want to do it in the future too. But yeah, I am going to shut down right now, and I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna head out, and I'll see you later. So this is my little journey into Stockholm. I take the train, I go up all these escalators. Even those escalators can be standing still, so I had to walk up some of them. I passed or went by 3 Starbucks through this little trip. I also went by this beautiful church. It's just by the central station, and kind of the area is very calm and very beautiful. However, they were doing some construction on the site, so it wasn't as calm as it usually is. I never went in because I didn't really have the time, but I thought I'd show you that. And then I went by this big square, which also is kind of the central, it's Sergels Torg. They usually have during like winter time, they have like stands where you can buy sausages and honey and I don't know, all of those things, but today it was pretty empty. It's usually filled with people. And then I went by a whole bunch of stores. It was the easiest way to get where I wanted to go, so I thought I'd show you that. And at the end of it, we come up to Victoria's Secret and another Starbucks. It's like being in the States sometimes. I tell you, it's almost like being in the States. This is another shopping place. They have a lot of high-end stores. The Starbucks we went to were in Mood, which is a smaller shopping mall. They also only have like high-end stores that I don't go into because I think hundreds of dollars for a shirt is hilarious. But anyhow, this is the end of the journey. I just got to the Starbucks that we were sitting at, and yeah. Hi guys, I'm home. And so is Leia. There's Leia. Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm back from my luncheon with my friend. She had to go back to work. So, I had to go home. Or, I wanted to go out on a walk, but I didn't because my body just didn't allow it. But I needed to get some more steps in. So, I thought I'd go by the... First, I went by a paper shop, and then I went by a art store. And I kind of shopped a little bit, which I wasn't supposed to do, but yeah, we're gonna get to that. But I had an awesome day, or awesome luncheon. I'm quite exhausted. I'm gonna kind of sit down and watch some YouTube in just a second. But I did go to the art store, and that's where I ended up spending a little bit of money. So the first thing I spent, so if we're gonna go through this, I've been wanting to get into more watercolors. I've been wanting to do that for a while, and I'm hoping that I have a little bit of time for that now when I'm sick, like an hour or so a day, maybe, I don't know. But the other week when I made my really fun backgrounds, I went through all my brushes, and I discovered that I have like a 2, a 4. I have really nice brushes there. I have a 10 that was pretty big, but I didn't have a 6. I didn't have a 8 or anything like that. So I went into the craft store to pick up the brushes. These are really affordable brushes. They're about $2 each. This is an 8 and a 10, however they look very much smaller, so I think it is more like a 6 and an 8 in size. But these are the Creator Studio, Creator with a K. Yeah, kind of strange, but these are the brushes that I picked up. And then I have been marathoning Danica Sills again. I have periods when I watch very specific YouTube videos, and then I don't watch any more YouTube, and then I have periods when I watch a lot of art YouTube. And right now I watch a lot of art YouTube because I feel I have a little bit of energy to actually put into my art. And Danica Sills is a watercolor artist that I've been following for a couple of years now. She does really cool character, like human character renditions. They have a little bit of different skins, and they are a little bit creepy, but I kind of like... It's not a design I would do, but I like the finished aesthetic anyhow. And she was talking about mixing colors for skin color and stuff. One of the things she said was that she, when you mix colors, you mix between like all of the different ones, but she felt that she didn't have a dark enough, and in watercolor you very rarely use black. You have a lot of other tones, and her favorite one is Payne's Gray, so I decided to pick one up. Now this is the professional ones. I have a 12-pack of Coatman's half pans, and I decided that they are good enough for me to kind of practice with, and if I really love watercoloring I can get into that and buy the more fancy one. However, I did pick up 2 a couple of months ago, a turquoise cobalt and some kind of very like magenta pink at a sale. They only had like a couple of tubes in a little bucket, and it was 50% off, and I picked them up, and they were so pigmented. I so loved working with them, so I decided to I wanted to pick up the Payne's Gray, and it doesn't come in the Coatman's, so I went to the professionals. It's a very teeny tiny tube, but it should last me for years because I don't color that much, and it cost me about $6 in regular price, so yeah. And the final thing I picked up was a pad of watercolor cardstock. This is the sateen grain, so it's a very smooth. It is hot pressed, but what it is that it's cotton. I usually use the Canson Montewool. I don't know if that is cotton. I buy them for, I think, 100 sheets for $30. in a big block, and that is what all of these are. That is how I do my backgrounds. When I play with them, I use that kind of watercolor cardstock, because you need a cardstock that takes a lot of water to do these things. However, I have tried with the cold press arches to do this, and it eats too much water, so it's harder to do the splotting thing with that. So it's not worth investing in expensive aquarelle paper to do these. And the arches that I have is the cold press that have a texture, and that texture feels like sandpaper, and I really don't like it. So I thought I would try a cold press one. I wanted to try the Fabriano Artistico, but that paper is like $30 for 15 sheets. Ugh. It's way too expensive when I'm not doing art, when I'm just learning how to art. So instead I decided that I am going to try the arches. I'm gonna try doing a whole project on one of these, and then I'm gonna have one sheet that is going to go to figuring out the big differences between the arches and the Montevol, because I like the Montevol for the splashing. I think that one of the big differences is that the arches can take more water, so you can get more of the cool watercolor effects, and that arches will start buckling much sooner, but that is just my theory. So yeah, that was kind of what I chopped and what I did. And by the way, she jumped up here and she wanted to know what I'm doing. She has become, for the past few months, she becomes more and more social, both with me and Christopher. She wasn't this social a year ago, and now it's like every morning Christopher needs to sit in the office and cuddle with her, because the office is basically her area. While she has also started to lay in the sofa with me, which is a very new thing, because the sofa usually is Gizmo's place, and he wants to chase her off there previously, but he has started to let her stay. So that's a good sign that they're like, they don't fight at all as much as they have periods when they fight. I think it has to do with seasons, but lately they have been very nice to each other, which I really like. But yeah, I'm talking your ear off, and I need to get something on my leg because it's starting to fall asleep, and my wrist hurts really badly. I don't know if I told you, I walked, what do you call it? It's not really a strain or something like that. This is probably a muscle strain, a simple one. I was out walking with a friend, and I landed on my foot crooked, and it hurts. It don't hurt really bad. Not that I'm like screaming bad, and it's not it's swollen, but it's not red, so it's not broken. But I'm re-agitated it all the time, so it does hurt. So I'm gonna put a little thingy on my foot, because my physiotherapist told me to, and then I'm going to, I think, just get a glass of water, sit down, YouTube cross stitch, you know, that whole thing, and then we'll see what I'll do tonight. But I at least come back and say goodnight, you know, at least that. I think he's broken. Maybe. I don't know. It's just me and Gizmo cuddling. Still haven't picked up the cross stitch. Ooh, this light. Well, I thought I would wrap up the evening, because I'm just about to head bed and realized I haven't said goodnight to you, so I'm gonna wrap up the evening. Christopher got home, and we he was fiddling with something, helping his parents, and then we decided that we needed to go and get some groceries and pick up some more affordable food on the way. We're probably gonna eat something at home tomorrow and continue doing this week, but yeah, neither of us, like I was a little bit wanting sushi, and he wanted kind of Chinese Thai, something like that. So that was what we did. Also picked up some milk and some turkey for my morning breakfast. And yeah, that was basically it. Then come back here. We watched the last episodes of Death of a Pilgrim. It is a Swedish series from 2013, and like, I'm not a fan of Swedish videos or movies, honestly, usually, because it's usually a very strange humor in them that I don't appreciate. Also Swedish, a lot of the Swedish actors have a very structured way of speaking, which we realized. We talked to some Americans. Christopher have a couple of relatives in the States, and they came over this summer, and we went down. They came over to where Christopher's parents have their summer place, so we went down and we got to meet them. They're really nice people. And well, they were talking about how they had seen a couple of the Swedish TV series, and like, it's so good, it's so good. And also it was recorded in this area, so I think that's why they start in the area where we were, and I think that was the reason why they kind of wanted to see them. But anyhow, and they really thought they were really good, while me and Christopher's like, I'm not sure. And we think what it is that it is the way you speak, and because they don't know Swedish, they can't hear that it isn't a proper way of using Swedish. It doesn't flow. It's a very boxy and dramatic way of speaking. Even though they might not emote as much, they speak very like they are on a scene in a theater. So yeah, but this series, Death of a Pilgrim, it's about Olof Palme, which was the ruler of Sweden. It's not like prime minister, but it's something similar. He was the leader of Sweden for a while, and he was killed in 1986, in February 1986, and they still don't know who the murderer is. And the whole series is based on a crime. He knows a lot about crime. He has researched about crime. He has worked within the police system and everything, and it's basically his theory on what happened, and it's really good. I really enjoyed it, and it was a while since I really enjoyed something this much. So if you haven't seen Death of a Pilgrim, you should see it. We now finished it. You can get it on Amazon Prime, actually, so hopefully if you're interested you can go and see that, because it was really good. It's a miniseries with 4 episodes. But yeah, that was kind of our evening. That was all we did today. I am going to head to bed because it's not super late, but I got up very early, and Christopher already gone to bed because he has an early start. So I thought I'd say good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite.